Fang Demon King forced back the first person in Europe and the United States. What is the trick of the Yang family in Jinxing City? Martial Arts Association Fang Ping. His eyes were not kind, and he glanced at the people of the Yang family in Jinxing City. The Yang family didn't get the 9-ranked demon beasts or divine weapons this time. It's not going to stop. It's not our side that is cruel this time. It's you guys who are too aggressive. Now the Yang family and I are a couple on the surface. It wouldn't have been blatantly done to me. You have to look for opportunities. If not, they will make their own. Meanwhile, Razith of the Heavens of the Gods was staring at Hua Guo's side. Previously, Du Hong had killed one of their 6th-rank high-rank martial artists in 3 moves. Reasonable. He also had to kill a Chinese dancer to make up for it. Just as Razith looked, Fang Ping suddenly avoided his gaze. There is a subtle sense of comfort. This scene made Razith set his sights on Fang Ping. That person was Fang Ping, a genius of Huaguo in the giant county of spiritual power. He was actually timid. Is it because there are too many strong people around him that make him timid? A cowardly dancer. You can't use your full strength. And at this moment, Fang Ping had already concealed his emotions. Returned to normal. She smiled and looked at Roseth. Ross, yes. Why don't we both have fun? How to rest assured. I won't kill you. Roses thought to herself. The advice given by the 9 grades of the God's Heaven before was not to challenge Fang Ping. The strength of the other party is not weak, so as not to fight too fiercely. Even if you kill each other, he's going to get hurt too, picked up by someone else. But now is an opportunity. Do you want to go up? The next second, Razith made a gesture of please to Fang Ping, since General Fang said so. Then according to what Yu Huaguo said, it's better to be respectful than to obey your fate. General Fang invited Roseth, feeling that Fang Ping would definitely not dare to kill him if he was interrupted. This is a scarce talent who is about to become a grandmaster. But he can kill Fang Ping. Kill Fang Ping. It can weaken some of the power of Huaguo. And the emperor cries that the beasts have always only picked on the weak. The weakening of China is also beneficial to our war situation. It's okay to gamble. Come to the central area. Fang Ping held the handle of the knife in his right hand. Fight for the survival of humanity. I don't want to kill you. It is also hoped that all parties can avoid casualties as much as possible. Roses laughed dumbly. General Fang, didn't your teacher teach you? Is there a life and death for a warrior to fight? Fang Ping nodded, and then no more nonsense. Fang Ping Razith, a student of the 5 students in the magic capital of Huaguo, also reported his family. European junior champion Ross Campbell resolutely completed the introduction. Fang Ping drew his knife and slashed. This knife, slash out of the air and explode. Sparks fly. Razith raised his door-sized greatsword. Block as fast as thunder. Then the great sword was unsheathed. Razith's body flickered with blood and energy. A sword slashed Fang Ping away. See this scene? Li Daong frowned. Razith was just tentative to attack. Fang Ping couldn't resist. After all, he is only 6 grades. There is too much difference in strength in the middle of the section. On the opposite side is the invincible powerhouse of the 6 grades that shocked Europe and the United States. Fang Ping was not killed by a single blow. Proven itself. Throw in the towel. Survival matters. At the same time, Fang Ping has already fought dozens of moves with Razith. Razith moves extremely fast. It even burned the blood and chi. The combat power is getting stronger and stronger. Fang Ping already had multiple arrow wounds on his body. A gigantic sword. Several times almost split him in 2. Roses slashed with his sword again. Fang Ping. General Fang still didn't use his mental power at this time. Don't you think it depends on the strength of your 6th-rank middle section? Can you really stand up to me? Fang Ping wiped the blood from the corner of his mouth. Qi and blood are good to restore mental strength. Recovery is difficult. Always leave some money at the bottom of the box. It's not just you. Fang relied on his qi and blood to begin to recover quickly. It's not instantaneous, though, but it only took 5 or 6 seconds. See this scene? Everyone knew Fang Ping's plan. He wanted to rely on a quick recovery of qi and blood. Drag down Rozith. Roses shook her head in her heart. The dancers don't move. How stupid it is to use power. Wait until I kill you. You have more ability to press the bottom of the box. That won't work. At the moment when Fang Ping's qi and blood had just recovered, Rozith roared. Blood rushes into the sky. Great swords are like leaves. There was no sound. In the blink of an eye, it appeared on top of Fang Ping's head. Fang Ping also drank violently. The flat knife slashes wildly. Void! The Emperor sees blood. One after another, the phantom of the Emperor enveloped the giant sword. Just listen to a series of roars. Fang Ping shot out. His face turned pale. This time it's no longer a hard connection. It's extremely fast. Move around the ring quickly. The audience was full of discussions. He's recovering his blood. This kid's recovery speed is indeed extremely fast. However, there are limits to his recovery. It was recovered in less than 3 seconds before. After that, 5 or 6 seconds. It's close to 10 seconds now. It seems that the later you go, the slower the recovery. I'm going to have to drain him a few more times. He couldn't recover either. Rozeth had a sneering look on his face. Quickly restore qi and blood. Insect carving skills. To his level. Fang Ping wanted to rely on this to close the gap between them. It's just wishful thinking. Fang Ping heard Rozith's sarcasm. He let out a low sigh. You forced me to kill you. Just as Rozeth's great sword broke through the air. When he swept Fang Ping's head again, a small city suddenly condensed in the void. The town suddenly enlarged. Directly covers the entire central area. The next second, the town is located down. Immediately wrapped Fang Ping and Rozith in it. The moment the two entered the town, a blood-red sun crashed down over the city. Rozeth's face was serious. Swing your sword and slash quickly. That's when it happened. Fang Ping broke through the air. With the power of heaven and earth on the chaotic sword, it flickered. Slash out. Rozith grinned. The great sword soared into the air. In midair, he fought with the blood-colored sun in an instant. And Rozith's own fist also showed the power of heaven and earth. Directly punched Fang Ping's flat sword. This punch blasted out roses like a god of war. The body swells abruptly. The fist also grows larger. A punch covered Fang Ping. All you can hear is a loud roar. The aftermath shattered countless illusory buildings in the town. The moment these buildings shattered, they were like phantoms, like smoke. The shattered ruins melted into the air, in the midst of the blood-colored sun. Seeing this, the Grandmasters whispered and discussed hotly. That blood-colored sun was the core of his spiritual power offering. Just destroy the sun. Fang Ping will inevitably be hit hard, although a little flashy, but he can do it at his age. He is worthy of being a martial arts genius in Huagua. To be able to stand with Rozith to this point. The persecuted Rozith's blood burst out. The god of war is a very powerful young man. Just when everyone was talking, Fang Ping-yu's mocking voice suddenly sounded. Rose, it seems you're nothing more than that. I beheaded you. The voice fell. The blood sun instantly increased countless times. Crashed down. A door-like greatsword. At this moment, he was directly smashed to the ground. Fall into the middle of a small town. The glow of the blood jade dimmed slightly. Rozeth roared. You dare to underestimate me. The core of the giant dance also dares to use it directly to find death. At this moment, when the blood sun fell, Rozith roared as he threw himself up to the sky. The body swelled to the extreme again, like an ancient giant, because the door-like great sword was smashed. Rozith stopped using his sword this time. He stretched out his arms and soared into the air. A handful of drags the red blade. Despite the constant decline of the pressure, Razith was ruthless. Fang Ping was too rampant. Dare to use the core of the embodiment to contact him directly. At this time, Razith's whole body was burning to the extreme. Both arms grabbed Red Sun directly and began to tear up. A red sun composed entirely of spiritual power. At this time, there are signs of brokenness. Fang Ping's face changed, but he gritted his teeth. The illusory buildings in the small town have disappeared. The next moment, it all melted into the red sun. At this moment, the red sun burst out with an incomparably brilliant light. Just hear a boom and a bang. The red sun actually exploded most of it. Roses screamed. Flesh and blood flew from his arms. The bones of the hand were shattered countless times. Fang Ping actually directly shattered the core of the Jushin dance. Isn't this bastard afraid of death? Since he is not afraid of death, why did he show a weak face before? He was deliberately seducing me. Shoot at him. Ross, who was half kneeling on the ground, gritted his teeth and looked at Fang Ping. That's enough. Keep fighting. You, and I will be the target of others. Fang Ping, under the red sun, was rampant. Ridiculously kills you. Who dares to challenge me to death? Just listen to the sound of knock, knock, knock keep ringing. The broken red sun collides with Razith's madness. Razith, who wants to preserve his strength, can only take the initiative to show no signs. This already represents a throw in the towel. Fang Ping sneered, instantly retracted the spiritual power giant gland. Then look around. Speak sarcastically. Essence and blood are one. But that's it. I'm drained of energy. If you have the ability, you can challenge it. I'm playing dead. I'll let you go. As soon as these words came out, quite a few people spoke out. Someone began to despise Razith. Rampant arrogance. Razith this waste. Immediately afterwards, Fang Ping took Roseth's giant sword and got off the field proudly. Razith gasped for breath in anger. He decided in his heart that Fang Ping would be flat. You wait, I'll leave the last challenge to you. Back to the Chinese camp. Everyone applauded Fang Ping's victory over the first person in Europe and the United States. And Fang Ping immediately asked Li Daong to open the spiritual power barrier, so as not to let outsiders hear what they say. But as soon as the spiritual barrier was opened, Fang Ping immediately fell into Su Zis's arms. The 7 orifices bleed instantly. This is the collapse of the red sun. Look at the nervous crowd. Fang Ping smiled miserably. Don't even look at it. No one dared me. This is the time to challenge me. Li Daong's eyes flashed. Can it be recovered? Fang Ping shook his head. Not for a short time. My core collapsed. Then I can't use my mental power. Li Daong continued to ask how long it would take. Fang Ping said, at least one day, to see Fang Ping, although seriously injured. But it still provokes the arrogance of foreign players. Li Hansong looked dazed. Core crashes. That's not right. Isn't the core of Fang Ping's spiritual power dance that small house? How did it become that round of blood day? Wang Jinyang touched Li Hansong quietly. Don't ask to watch the play quietly. That's when it happened. Yang He, who was revitalizing the 8 products of the city, suddenly spoke. Fang Ping, sooner or later, I'm afraid you'll have to be seen. Now you still have 2 more rights to be challenged. For your safety, it's better to let Yang Mu and Yang Feng both use the right to challenge. Help you get through this. How Fang Ping refused with a smile. Thank you very much, but I said yes to my friends. They will lose to me on purpose. Yang Yi shook his head slightly. It's too late. The hidden essence and blood unity powerhouse in the heaven of the gods has its sights on you. They will be the first to challenge you. Now I can only let my 2 peak juniors challenge you in a row. It's going to take you all the right to be challenged. Fang Ping was supported by Li Daong. Then thank Grandmaster Yang for your kindness. However, the 9 ranked divine soldiers do have a place to go. Yang He waved his hand casually. Let's not talk about this now. You are the pride of Huagua. The Yang family doesn't want to watch you being taken advantage of. Then I'll let Yang Mu challenge you. The next moment, Yang Mu challenged Fang Ping. Fang Ping had a lot of thoughts in his heart. Yang He actually didn't talk about asking for divine soldiers and demon beasts. This is not what I expected. You can't really befriend me. Then I didn't show weakness in vain just now. Followed by. Fang Ping immediately dismissed the idea. No. I'm willing to gamble my life. This old ding must not be well-intentioned. It doesn't matter what bureau he sets up. Lao Tzu broke it to show him. The sword slashed Yang He Chongqing's sword and annihilated the Kyoto Martial Arts Association. Facing the attack of Yang Mu of Jinqing City, Fang Ping's heart was leisurely. Thinking of this fake fight, it is best for Yang Mu to win. Then Yang Feng lost to me. That way I can be shortlisted as a winner. In Yang Mu, as long as no one challenges him next, he can also be shortlisted as a winner. But I always feel weird. Carmen in the spectator's seat was a little impatient. Interesting. It's not like that's how you want to secure a place. Neither of them will be ruthless. Batoya in the holy land of the ancient Buddha of cowards. Echo, it's been more than half an hour. What the hell are you doing? Fang Ping said what he was doing. He's deliberately draining my blood. Yang Mu sneered. General Fang, don't be fluent. Go on. Fang Ping had some doubts in his heart. Why do you want to wait for me to run out of blood? I was very injured. Recovery is getting slower. Could it be at this moment? Yang He of Jinqing City roared. This kid has always been a martial idiot. Under the joy, he didn't care about proportion. Yang Mo can do it. Yang Mu retreated and distanced himself from Fang Ping. General Fang is really strong. Yang Mu admitted defeat. Oops, I'm patronizing. Forgot the original purpose. General Fang's forgiveness. Fang Ping had a judgment in his heart. After all, the Yang family has guarded mankind for countless years. If you really want to have a good relationship with me, that's it. I'll give you a chance. But just when Fang Ping was depressed in his heart, Yang Feng jumped out with a happy face. General Fang, I've always wanted to talk to you again. It's better to take advantage of this opportunity. Let's do it once too. But my strength and admiration are comparable. I'm afraid it's not General Fang's opponent. I'm going to give it my all. I also hope that General Fang will not hesitate to give advice. Fang Ping's pupils shrank. Damn, I guessed it myself. The Yang family is trying to kill me. Looked at Yang Feng, who came to the stage. Fang Ping's brows furrowed slightly. Kill me in such a hurry. I'd like to see what cards you have. So he nodded slightly. It's time to go. Yang Feng's face was polite. General Fang, then let's do it quickly. Don't delay too long. But in the next moment, Fang Ping's face changed, because he saw a familiar starting move. I saw Yang Feng on the opposite side, spurting countless blood in the air. In the blink of an eye, a sand character condensed in the void. This is not a tremor. It's a killing word. And the Yang family's ancestors' move is a system. It is a trick for the revitalization of the city. Yang smiled quietly. Yang Feng, this is a mess. However, Feng is extremely strong. Although there are injuries on the body, it's okay to take this trick. Li Daong roared angrily. Bastard Yang He. What do you mean? Yang He sneered. How to think of meddling. Fang Ping was not unable to fight again. You don't have the right to stop. Li Daong asked. Is it worth it for a 9-ranked divine soldier? Yang He's eyes showed a ruthless look. Divine soldiers, who cares about that kind of garbage? What I want is the storage sword of the ancestor of the Yang family. How could Fang Ping and the people carry so much loot? Travel thousands of miles back. Only storage swords. The ancestor's body must have been hidden in the ring as well. That was the ancestor of the Yang family. After they had entered the inner perimeter of the Jade Ring land, In just a few days, it was interrupted from the 5th grade to the 6th grade. In particular, Fang Ping's spiritual power had been gathered in advance. Everyone's stupid. Now the Yang family needs a new decision. That's me. I have to get the ancestor's body and storage ring. Kill Fang Ping. Fang Ping is the Yang family's trophy. That's the rule. Even if you tear your face. What if you offend Mo? Just go back to Jinxing City. They don't dare to take how I die. The genius is worthless. Fang Ping, you go to die. Meanwhile, Fang Ping drew his knife to block Yang Feng's sand. Yang Feng. I couldn't figure out why he wanted to kill me. Yang Feng laughed. Helping the general laughed. The general is so powerful than the martial arts. How so? Look at the cracked flat knife. Fang Ping had already determined that Yang Feng was going to kill himself. He gritted his teeth hard to support you. The Yang family is really good. I thought you were helping me. It is to remember the grace I have sent back to the divine soldiers and the remains. I didn't expect you to take revenge and plot against me. Case. Then don't blame me for ignoring the big picture. We are here to take into account the overall situation. Disguised injuries. The one who wants to secretly kill the gods and heavens is one with a hidden essence and blood. I didn't expect you to force me to show my strength. Hey, for a second. Dozens of bloody knives appeared in the void. These bloody knives pierce through the void. In the blink of an eye, they all appeared in front of Yang Feng. Yang Feng's face changed drastically. General Feng. What do you mean? Just when Yang Feng wanted to pretend to be seriously injured and leave the coverage area, Fang Ping gave him this time. Dozens of bloody knives pierced his skull almost instantly. See this scene? Yang, he was directly furious. Fang Ping, my Yang family is sincere to you. You actually killed Yang Feng. Fang Ping shouted. According to the rules of the competition, I challenged the high stage of the 6th grade. But the middle section of my 6 products is now going to challenge the high level of various countries. Abstain yourself. Who does not abstain? I'll whomever I want. Is there a problem? As soon as these words came out, the audience was silent. There was a playful look in the eyes of those foreign dancers. Heaven of the gods was quick to respond. All the high levels of God's heaven give up the challenge. Vanta World, an ancient Buddhist sanctuary, also seconded the proposal. Li Diyong's face changed and changed. Fang Ping was the first to speak. Commander, someone is going to kill me. Of course it did. I can't blame anyone for being killed. Now all the high levels have given up on the challenge. According to the rules, it's my turn to choose someone. Speaking of which, Fang Ping looked in the direction of Jinxing City. I'm sorry, everyone. A place to revitalize the city. I saved 2 8-rank powerhouses. But the truth is that the Yang family deceived me so much. If you want to kill, you can kill. Warriors will repay their kindness. Revenge will be avenged. In the next second, Fang Ping's gaze fell on Yang Mu's body. Yang Mu came on the field. Otherwise, self-harm and serious injury. I'll spare your dog's life. Yang Mu was extremely scared at this time. I'm afraid to die. Second Grandpa, save me. Yang He's face was hard to see. Fang Ping, I said it. It was all an accident before. You have already killed Yang Feng. That's it. Fang Ping was for tat. If I kill Yang Mu, it will be an accident. Yang He glared at Fang Ping angrily. I'm from Xingxing. Fang Ping's eyes were cold. Therefore, we can only revitalize the people of sincerity. Is this how Huagua treats me when he kills me? Li Daong suddenly drank Yang Mu on the field. Yang Mu hugged Yang He's thigh. Yang He faced Li Daong. Li Daong, my Yang family has guarded mankind for hundreds of years. Now Huanko Shower insults my Yang family so much. You are actually Li Daong, who is also extremely annoyed. This is a global rule. Then follow the rules. Yang He said coldly. No matter how big the rules are, as long as Fang Ping gives up the challenge. Naturally, They will not be afraid of me. The Yang family's achievements for hundreds of years. Can't even protect a six-pin? Seeing Yang He's mood swings. Li Daong sighed lightly. Fang Ping, you're a young martial arts leader in China. Do you really want outsiders to see the joke? Fang Ping thought for a moment. We really aren't that kind of person. Then asked Grandmaster Yang to swear. If the Yang family shoots at me again, the entire Yang family was destroyed. As soon as I heard this, Yang He scolded. Darn, Huanko Shower dared to deceive me like this. Fang Ping's face was indifferent. Look at Grandmaster Yang. It's hell-bent on killing me. So be it. If the government or the revitalization city can give me a guarantee, I will not pursue today's affairs. Li Daong looked at Yang He coldly. Yang He's martial arts can last for a long time. It's all about being one. Say whatever you want today. Yang He's tone was sad and indignant. You asked me to give an explanation to a yellow-mouthed child. Let me give him a promise. My Yang family has guarded the passage for Huagua for hundreds of years. Now the ancestor has fallen. The eldest brother died in battle. Li Daong's tone was low. The fall of Yang's predecessors has its own public opinion. Yang He, you go back to Jinxing City. Do not come out later. That's the end for today. Yang He's face was unconvinced. You're going to imprison me. It's just because the Yang family is down now. You will imprison me. Li Daong, you don't have the qualifications. At this moment, Yang He looked up to the sky and laughed. Sure enough, there was no ancestor. You've all changed. No one said a word of justice for my Yang family. Hundreds of years of protection. People walk cool, smoothed in one day. What a sorrow. Today is my Yang family. Who will it be the next day? The next second did not wait for Li Daong to react. Yang He turned into a sharp arrow. Raise your fist and go straight to the square. Feel Yang He's killing intent. Instinctively raise his arm. Call for help at the same time. At this critical moment, Li Changsheng, who had not spoken, suddenly burst out. A sword that shook the sky and the earth. Directly penetrate the band of Zhu Pin's subordinates. Immediately afterward, an imperceptible black crack appeared in the void. The sky-breaking sword technique fell instantly. Yang He is like a porcelain doll, suddenly shattered into countless pieces. This scene shocked everyone present. The immortal swordsman breaks the immortal. Yang He was killed by Li Changsheng with a sword. The next moment, Li Changsheng, who beheaded Yang He, instantly grew old. The whole person seemed to be gloomy. It's been a day. Yang Mu knelt on the ground with a thud. He burst into tears. Mournful shouts. The Yang family is extinct. Even if the second master is wrong. Sin is not unto death. My Yang family has fought for mankind and China for hundreds of years. More than 3 generations died in the war and wept on the ground. The second master has fought in the forbidden area all his life. I don't understand the world. Under impulse, even if guilty. It wasn't the turn of the demon warrior to kill him. The 2 kings of Hades and the warrior kings are absolutely upright. Yang Mu was not convinced. The Yang family was not convinced. In this world, no one will say a word of injustice for my Yang family. Yang Mu kowtowed and broke his head and bled out. Sorrowful weeping spread throughout the Martial Arts Association. Fang Ping's cheeks twitched. Obviously, you want to kill me. Now the reverse is that morality has kidnapped us. But sympathy for the weak is in the hearts of all. Only one 7th-grade Yangqing left in the Yang family died. It's miserable enough. The extremely old Li Changxing patted Fang Ping's shoulder. Sword / Yang He. Just an accident. I didn't expect him to take even a single arrow. Fang Pingxin said. Old man, Li should stop being sarcastic at this time. Li Changxing smiled. Cry. What does it mean to be self-successful? Although my magic force is weak. He also fought on the battlefield. Bloodstained corners. We waited for the emperor to cry. I only want the peace of one family and country. Just ask for peace in the world. What qualifications does Yang He have to kill Fang Ping? Li Changxing's voice was like a bell. This moment is like an ancient god and demon. The sword is in the sky. Who is qualified to kill Fang Ping? There are only cave warriors in this world. Only cult warriors. If he does not judge mankind, no one is qualified to kill him. Even though my magic power is weak, also dare to draw a sword and fight. Today, I, Li Changxing, slashed Yang He with a sword. There was a fault, but he was not guilty and took his life to die. It's just a rumble. Sword Qi Ling Yun. A sky-high sword aura came out. Li Changxing instantly aged to the extreme. Sit cross-legged on the ground. There is no breath of life. See this scene? Everyone froze. Li Daong hurriedly stepped forward to check it. His face was shocked and dazed. There are even some lost souls. Life was extinguished. Li Chang died. The next moment, Fang Ping, whose face was full of sadness, knelt directly in front of Li Changxing. Tears couldn't stop sliding down his eyes. At the same time, he muttered in his mouth, "Mr. Li." The strongest pit people. Fang Ping challenged the Seven Pins. Kyoto Martial Arts Association. Fang Ping knelt in front of Li Changxing with blood-red eyes. "Mr. Li, you treat me like a son. Today to save me. It's just a matter of killing a vengeance. His Yang family is immeasurably meritorious. Kill whoever you want. Isn't it useless for us to wait? In the new year, you are constantly fighting. Was once attacked and killed by Jiupin. Nervous breakdown. The first battle of the southern Xinjiang caves. You have 6 swords and 8 swords. To make Herculean efforts to save a critical situation. For mankind, for China. You have given up on the path to the top. Gave up the path to immortality. Embarked on the 10,000 paths. Kill or revenge along the way. And how? Looked at Fang Ping, who was in tears. Li Daong frowned. If Yang He died, Li Changxing is not dead. Then someone will probably condemn Li Changxing. But now both are dead. The people who revitalized the Yang family in the city were the culprits. After all, Zheng Xingqing has merit. Isn't it useless for the warriors of the outside world? 100 years of conquest. How many people died generously? Bury your bones elsewhere. It's not just to seek peace in the world. Now Yan Fangping is such a hero in Tianjiao. His life could be at risk at any moment. Who will dare to fight in the future? Who is willing to fight today's things? One is not well handled. Huagua has been united for 100 years. Join forces to fight in the caves. I'm afraid they will all be greatly affected. Fang Ping was extremely helpless in his heart at this time. Old man Li, relying on the characteristics of the unity of all ways. Play dead here. You're addicted to drama. How will you show up in the future? But it's a high trick. Let's go straight back to the moral high ground. The reputation of the Yang family is stinky. Now it's time for me to perform. The next second, Fang Ping pointed at Yang Mu murderously. Yang Mu, today, our division commander was not able to die in battle and cried on the ground. Died because of your Yang family. It's not worth dying, since you want revenge. Come on, you and I will fight only life and death. Yang Mu was numb by Fang Ping's scalp. The sadness on his face just now had long since disappeared. I was so frightened that I squatted on the ground. Just when the two sides were on edge, a figure slowly appeared. Zhang Tao looked at everyone. Today's events. I already know. Yang He Feng is dead. This was the end of the attack on Fang Ping. Li Changxing was extinguished. This is the end of the killing of Yang He. Yang Mu Fang Bi. You two have any opinions? Yang Mu nodded with tears in his eyes. Fang Ping looked unhappy. Seeing this, Zhang Tao faced Fang Ping. Fang Ping has been hailed as a young martial arts leader. Think twice before you act. Those who do not seek martial arts are dedicated to the public. But please be worthy of your heart. Although Li Chongqing is gone, but it happened to be some time ago. I'm heading to the Athletic Sea. Capture the reversal divine fruit. A magic weapon. If you are willing to kill 10 emperors with 5 divine weapons, it will be at the cost of killing 10 emperors. Nian Li Chongqing has already died once. Humanity now needs strong men to guard the caves. I'll send you to reverse the divine fruit and save his life. As soon as these words came out, the grandmasters at home and abroad were all shocked. Li Hansong opened his mouth wide. Reverse the divine fruit. It can save the life of the strong. It's horrible. Wang Jinyang touched his chin. Can the king of dances freely enter and exit the competitive sea? Yao Qingyuan's heart said that he couldn't say that there were 5 divine weapons. Kill 10 emperors crying. Gao Ping's price is also staggering. I'm afraid only Fang Ping can afford it. Looked at Zhang Tao, who was touted by everyone and had a triumphant face. Fang Ping's whole body trembled with excitement. The pinnacle is actually pitting people. The reversal of bullshit. This old fox must have known that old Manly couldn't die. So come to take advantage of the fire to rob the 5 divine soldiers. Lao Tzu is unwilling. Zhang Tao looked down at Fang Ping. Little bastard, you're poking such a big basket in front of dancers all over the world. Lost the people of the whole country. What's wrong with letting you shed some blood to support the country? Fang Ping looked up at Zhang Tao. Old bastard. Now casually add some qi and blood to old Manly. He was able to regain his mental strength. You're stupid to me. Although I can't wait to scold my mother in my heart. But the square plane can only bear silently. Thank you, Minister, for saving my life. Fang Ping must be kept in mind. 5 7th-grade divine soldiers killed 10 high-grade demon warriors. I will do my best to bankrupt my family. Please also ask the minister to save the teacher's life. That sentence is in my heart. It's really unforgettable. Heavy and heavy. Zhang Tao hugged Li Chongqing. Then I'll take Li Chongqing back. In his situation, a divine fruit may not be able to save him. I'll find Li Jun to join forces to enter it myself. I only hope that he will be perished by the silence of today after he survives. See through something. Fang Ping wanted to cry in his heart. Blindly pit me with a 6-pin. Also has the attitude that he has lost a lot. He also attracted others to worship him. Cause others to envy themselves. I still have to thank him. Let's talk about fate. Is that so? I originally pitted the 5 divine soldiers of Jinxing City. It was also a real battle. Pretending to be a little brother again. I did it for a while before and after the saddle. But Zhang Tao appeared from beginning to end for 5 minutes. Fang Ping felt bitter in his heart. You have to pretend to be happy on your face. They saved themselves. Is it okay if the teacher is not happy? The big fool of the Iron Head was still whispering congratulations on the sidelines. Thankfully, the minister also has the divine fruit to save Dean Li. So lucky. Fang Ping glanced at Li Hansong. You roll. Otherwise, I'll kill you. The matter ended with the intervention of the absolute peak. Yang Mu fled back to Jinxing City with Yang, his remains in his arms. And the next game started to get intense. The main reason was that Fang Ping wanted to earn back the lost divine soldiers. Li Hansong and a few of them possessed dancers. It also showed amazing strength, so that other countries do not dare to underestimate these few. A Chinese dancer in the middle of the 6th grade. People are dead. How can it be saved? Dust to dust. Soil to earth. That's it. The corpse was destroyed. Looked at Li Chongqing, who was still silent. Zhang Tao smiled lightly. Before leaving, coincidentally, I touched it. I actually touched 10 caddies of life essence. People nowadays are really wealthy. Even the essence of life is thrown casually. As soon as these words came out, Li Chongqing instantly transformed. He threw himself at the bottle of life essence. I sealed it. How did you get it? Zhang Tao sneered. At the same time, move the life essence into the air. Yohi, don't pretend. Going out with so much life essence is still on the ground. Is this ready to kill? Li Changxing said. Give it back to me with self-defense. Zhang Tao sneered on his face. I picked up the one with your name on it. It's you. Li Changxing's old man, Li was gloomy. Then don't pay me back. Zhang Tao slapped the table bastard with some annoyance. Wait to get back the essence of life from Zhang Tao. Li Changxing began to recover wrong. 2 pounds less. Zhang Tao glared at Li Changxing. Less nonsense. You have enough hardware in this case. Less than 2 gold. But I guarantee your fees. Old man Li drank the essence of life sullenly. Didn't you knock on Fang Ping's 5-handled divine weapon? Zhang Tao's old face turned red. That's what he needs to pay. Followed by. Zhang Tao asked Li Changxing. Did Fang Ping bring back the body of the Yang family? Li Changxing replied in the affirmative. Of course not. Zhang Tao continued to ask. Then where did he get so much life essence? Li Changxing scratched his long flowing hair. Before the southern Xinjiang cave reserve. Zhang Tao pinched his eyebrows. The essence of life is condensed from the waste. There was no residual breath at all. Do you think I'm a fool after living for nearly 100 years? Li Changxing sat on the sofa. Fang Ping really didn't take it. If you take it, it will definitely be given to Lao Wu. This kid also knows who will protect him. Old Wu is strong. Good for him. Zhang Tao waved his hand. So where did his storage ring come from? Li Changxing thought for a moment. That's his own. Only he could turn it on. It was there as early as the time of the caves in southern Xinjiang. It has nothing to do with the Yang family. As soon as I heard this, Zhang Tao's eyes widened. Fang on his own? How is this possible? Let's just say that the trial products developed by the government were given to him. In the future, let him not get scared everywhere. Li Changxing nodded. Okay, that's right. What if the Yang family is looking for trouble again? Zhang Tao's face darkened. You think people are idiots? Li Changxing smiled. It's hard to say. Zhang Tao snorted. Then slaughter. Do not allow on the ground and Jade Sea Mountain. Others are free. Meanwhile, Yao Chengjun just showed his mental strength. Aggregates. The players of the Vanna world were directly devastated as if they had been hit hard. Fly upside down. Lying on the ground motionless. Jiang Chao looked at it with a face full of unhappiness. Damn, why are you learning my trick of playing dead? Fang Ping was thinking in his heart. Face the weakest old Yao. After the fight. The first round is the end of death. 16 people left, 1 person. Kill 23 more people. The game can be over. Deaths in the list. The 3 of them killed 5 people. This time it's a long face. The second round has not yet begun. Jiopin of the world of Vanta suddenly spoke. The purpose of Deputy Commander Li's youth tournament is still to enter the divine domain. Wait until you're inside. Everyone is still an ally. It's too much of a fight now. Do you want to adjust the heaven of the gods? The old man wearing the sun halo also frowned slightly. There are very few middle and high stage dancers left in the past. It's more about the pinnacle of the 6 grades and the integration of essence and blood. Now let's fight like this. That's dangerous. Du Hong walked to Fang Ping's side. We have deterred the quartet. At this time, it is not advisable to make any more spicy hands. If you kill again, I'm afraid that all countries will take turns to fight the people of China. The quota is the most important one. It almost represents the birth of a grandmaster. No matter how many 6 grades are killed, it is not as important as having 1 more grandmaster. Fang Ping was a little angry. I don't have the heart to kill. Didn't want to kill anyone from the beginning. But these foreigners, Du Hong interrupted Fang Ping. I really want to be angry. Let's talk about entering the restricted area. The youth tournament was overkill. In particular, the descendants of the pinnacle may suffer some consequences. Fang Ping narrowed his eyes. I see. That's when it happened. Li Daong and several Jiopin finished discussing. In the second round, delegates from various countries are allowed to concede defeat in place of the participants. Jiang Chao came to Su Zisu's side. Zisu, why don't we have a fight? Hit whatever you want. It's good for you to admit defeat. Su Zissou poked Jiang Chao's head. Hello, shameless. You can say that too. Jiang Chao didn't care. The other 6 middle grades are all outsiders. If they have some killer feature, one move killed me in seconds. Then where am I going to reason? Let's not really fight. It's okay to guess the winner or loser. Su Zissou was about to explode. Jiang Fatsi. The next moment, Jiang Chao borrowed the peerless inner armor from Li Yiming. He also got Rositha's door sword from Fang Ping. Plus his own mental strength is exhausted accessories. Even the helmet is there. Looked at Jiang Chao, who was heavily armed. The corners of Fang Ping's mouth moved slightly. He was going to use the sword as a door panel. Su Ziss's small mouth opened slightly. Probably. The next moment, Jiang Chao pointed to an injured dancer from the heavens of the gods. You come up. Su Zissa couldn't help but scold shamelessness in a low voice. He prepared for half a day. I thought I would have to challenge at least the same level. As a result, he actually challenged an injured 6th-rank midsection Fang Ping. Shook his head helplessly. Should have guessed a long time ago. Just in the eyes of everyone. When you're about to get to see a great battle, Jiang Chao didn't fight the other party at all. Run from start to finish. I took the time to turn around and shoot with my great sword. He meant to consume the other party. In battle. Anyway, it is impossible for the other party to kill him with one move. It's hard to penetrate defenses. There is also a small section of chi and blood that is higher than the other party. Dragged on until the end, and there was no blood and blood. Fight in the flesh. The other party can't penetrate that layer of armor. This battle made Fang Ping doze off. The rest of the parties began to gossip. The crowd almost forgot. There were also 2 more people on the stage competing. Fang Ping complained. Just on the degree of shamelessness. Jiang Chao is still a bit of a strong man. After all, the stronger, the more shameless it is. That's it. The 2 fought for more than an hour. The sun is going down. Jiang Chao finally won. This is the first contestant in the audience to take the initiative to shout out the defeat. Jiang Chao, who stepped down, walked back majestically. It is not easy to win. I'm almost going to get a spot. Fang Ping rubbed his eyes. Thanks to you. I slept so well. Due to the modification of the rules. The second round begins. The aura of killing has really faded a lot. Except that Fang Ping was very unhappy. Everyone else made it through 3 rounds without any danger. Of course, this thrill may be on another level. By the end of the 4th round, someone has already been confirmed to be shortlisted. Li Daong looked at the players from all sides. 17 of you. As long as you don't challenge again. The spot is almost certain. The remaining 21. 8 of you need to be eliminated. The quota will be officially determined. Fang Ping pointed to a foreign dancer, Lao Yao. Later, you'll challenge that 6th-ranked dancer. Seeing Yao Qingjun, he was a little hesitant. Fang Ping comforted. It's okay. What's wrong with the peerless descendants? It's more important to get a spot. After all, the part that was not drawn. Several of the best descendants have been eliminated. Followed by. Fang Ping looked at the woman with 2 ponytails. Don't think you're a 7-pin. I won't hit you. You dare to challenge my brother. I will kill you. The double ponytail sneered. You're threatening me. Fang Ping looked arrogant. I'm giving you a chance. If you give up challenging my brother, not only will I spare you from death, I'll help you get rid of that 7-rank beard. The 7 Pinto Mans of the ancient Buddha Holy Land. Just square generals. You'll have one more chance to challenge. But are you sure you want to use it on my Toman? If you lose, You will be disqualified. Fang Ping made a defiant gesture. For becoming a grandmaster. I'm sure. Actually, I don't really care too much about the competition for places. But you've been getting my brother in trouble. I've got to give you Curry veterans an important moment in their lives. That is to respect the strong. This is somewhat a bit of a realistic grudge. Pakistani Lao Tai cheered directly. Traveling swept everything. That's privilege and domineering. The Toman of the Kyoto Martial Arts Association's ancient Buddha Holy Land. Put your hands together. General Fang didn't come. It's a momentary battle of will. Loss of place. Fang Ping moved his wrist. I admitted the first time I challenged Iron before. Just challenged Lao Yao Ming again. Don't give me face. The quota is small. It's the great Toman. A soft sigh. Hua Tianjiao. Too proud. It's hard to make a big deal. Fang Ping sneered. Bearded. Don't throw in the towel later. Fighting with Lupin, he also admits defeat. Then your 7 products are also in vain. Toman recites the Buddha's name. The general is too obsessed with winning and losing. Fang Ping retorted loudly. Martial arts must be fought for. Then there is naturally a winner and loser. Don't be obsessed with winning or losing. Why do you bother to participate in the competition? Self-deception is ridiculous. As the tournament was announced, it began. Fang Ping was forced to retreat again and again by Tommen. Jiang Chao was very worried in the audience. I thought Fang Ping was 9 out of 10. Isn't this being hanged? Why didn't he blow himself up with his mental power? That's his trick. Li Daong glanced at Jiang Chao. Even if it blows itself up, there's also a chance. Do you think Tommen will give him a chance? The two were close. Fang Ping revealed that he had no chance. Tommen himself may have been injured by mistake. Fang Ping was indeed irrational this time. It's not easy to think of fighting like this with Chi Ping. It's too hard to beat your opponents. Roman punched Fang Ping's head. General Fang's strength is really strong. Self-cultivation for some time. Achievements are even greater in the future. Fang Ping replied in a muffled voice. You really think you've won? Lao Tzu, this is a borrowed knife. Don't take advantage of it. In the next second, a huge realization of spiritual power appeared on the stage. The two were covered by a small building. The crowd saw this. His face changed slightly. The situation in the ring is out of sight. This Fang Ping was actually able to condense his spiritual power into an entity. Who the hell is he sacred? Meanwhile, Fang Ping inside the hut was uniting the 3 phantoms to besiege Toman. Mom and Dad beat him. Something that gives shame to the face. Don't challenge you. You have to challenge the Chinese dancers. You hit whatever you want. It depends on how fast you fight or how fast Lao Tzu's mental strength creates. Tommen slapped Fang Ping so much that he spat blood. Fang Ping endured the severe pain. What about the 7 products? You didn't kill me in the first place. I knew you weren't. I have the ability to break my bones with one blow. Or I will kill you. That's when it happened. The room suddenly became pitch black. Camelman's face changed drastically. It's dark. Wrong. I can't sense him anymore. I can't feel my mental power and chi and blood. Followed by. Camelman slammed his palm and slapped it backwards. He heard the loud bung. There were deep blood marks on the palms of the flesh. Guoman showed a shocked tone for the first time. Fang Ping not only hid his breath, it also condensed a powerful power of heaven and earth. Merge into the divine soldiers. That's impossible. Fang Ping mocked the bearded man. And then go crazy. See who's madder than whom. Huaman frantically waved the Zen staff in his hand. You're forcing me to blow you up. Mental power is magnificent. As soon as he finished speaking, he said, a huge, ancient Buddha phantom appeared in the hut. The hut was squeezed and swelled. Fang Ping's eyes flashed fiercely. You really dare to play mental power competition with me? Then I'll give you a blast. Just listen to the boom. The small building in the ring is gone. Only then did everyone see the situation of the two sides of the battle. Fang Ping's 7 orifices were bleeding. The chest is penetrated. In many places, human's face turned pale. The phantom of the ancient Buddha overhead was in tatters. It turned out that Fang Ping detonated the spiritual power giant dance. This power can't be withstood even if it's 7 grades. Just when everyone watched with bated breath, the small building that had disappeared slowly condensed. Paman was once again dragged into the spiritual power gathering object by Fang Ping. Fang Ping then frantically swung his knife at Toman. The spiritual power gathering thing exploded twice in succession. Huamon's Zen staff was trapped by Fang Ping in a small room. The two of them were fighting with their blood, and flesh at the moment. Fang Ping didn't care about the injury at all. A vigorous, crazy slash. Counterpart, Lao Tzu will cut you into a stick. Jiang Chao was dumbfounded. It's so ruthless. Su Zissa couldn't bear to look at it directly. Fang Ping's style of play is too embarrassing. He was inferior to that monk in every way, but he can afford it. Jiang Chao exclaimed. The groove. The monk's limbs were discounted by Fang Ping. In the end, the 9 pins of the ancient Buddha Holy Land conceded defeat. Fang Ping held Taman's Zen staff. Bearded. It's okay for this loot to be mine. Then you'd better compensate me with 2 more divine soldiers. Otherwise, let's talk about it. Fang Ping turned his head to look at Yao Qingjun. Lao Yao's beard is crippled. You challenge him. Try the taste of winning 7 pins. Tom Man said. Previously, in order to secure a companion shortlisted. I've already thrown in the towel once. Now you can't lose to him anymore. So Tom Man bargained with Fang Ping. How about a divine soldier? Fang Ping didn't let go at all. Don't make a counteroffer. Otherwise, Yao Qingjun will challenge. You hear Tom and agree. Fang Ping grinned. In this exchange competition, for divine soldiers were robbed. Count the 3 remaining handfuls in your hand. Lao Zhang blackmailed me 5 times. That's it. The crowd's jaws dropped at this. Fang Ping, this kid is too crazy. But he does have crazy capital. There is no suspense in the next game. It's all a fake fight made by major forces to protect their players. With a sound of admitting defeat, the official list of entries into the restricted area. It was decided that all the 5 or 4 people were shortlisted. Before officially entering the restricted area, everyone can go back to their place of origin for repairs. Fang Ping naturally wanted to go back to his respective schools. On the way back, Fang Ping learned the news that Wu Quishan had entered the 9 grades. Of course, this is almost a given. Fang Ping wasn't too surprised. On the one hand, it is necessary to hand over the divine soldiers to Zhang Tao. On the other hand, it is also to take the opportunity to inquire more high-level secrets. Fang Ping returned to the demon martial arts. I immediately threw myself into intense work. First of all, a grand graduation ceremony was organized. It is well-deserved to show the world that the famous school of magic martial arts is the first. Subsequently, he coordinated the enrollment of the new batch of students. After all, with the strength of the demon force, naturally, we can give preference to the good seedlings of the whole country. However, when looking up the information of new students, Fang Ping accidentally discovered a name, Fang Yuan. He actually hid from Fang Ping to apply for the Wuhan University, passed the layers of screening, entered the demon martial arts with excellent results. Fang Ping didn't want his sister to embark on the martial arts, but in the end he couldn't grind his family's begging. Although he said that he would train Fang Yuan strictly, but secretly he still made up his mind. I can't let my sister take the slightest risk. And one more thing, very important. It is to help Yao Qingjun break through the realm. It's just that Fang Ping didn't expect it. Lao Yao's Sanjiao Gate appeared almost instantly. So the rest of the time, Fang Ping began to practice and retreat. Finally, the second door was successfully closed before departure. Yunming Mountain Kyoto Barracks. A uniformed warrior is giving a lesson. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Kyoto Barracks. It is also the entrance outpost of the Kyoto basement. The meeting was held for the next 3 days. Teach everyone the common sense of all forbidden areas. Cases that include exclusion zones constitute humanity's knowledge. And after entering the restricted area, what are you going to do? What to do? Introduce yourself. My name is Zhang Peng. Time is limited. I won't say any polite words. Today, I will mainly talk about the geography of the forbidden area. Zhang Peng pointed to the map. We didn't explore much of the restricted area. The map is not very perfect. Let's take a look at it roughly. Presumably, the size of the exclusion zone should be around 6 billion square kilometers, bigger than 10 Earths. However, many areas are not suitable for living. Therefore, the total population of the forbidden area is about 10 billion. Li Yiming lay on the table and sighed. Zhang Tao's grandson is like a Tang monk. It's all about these useless things. Lao Tzu wants to do a fight. Fang Ping exclaimed. He is the grandson of Minister Zhang Tao. Didn't wait for Li Yiming to answer. Zhang Peng scolded loudly. Pay attention to the lectures. Our destination this time is called the Land of the King's War. There are 2 rumors about the so-called Land of the Dead. First, this is the year when the 2 kings went to war. A forbidden place where he led his strong men to fight. It is also where their last battle will be. Second, this may be the ruins caused by the battle between the 2 kings and the human powerhouse. The purpose of your trip is to break through yourself. Promoted to the land of high-grade kings. It's mysterious. Even after countless years of exploration, there are still countless good things. The terrain there is influenced by a force. Change all the time. As soon as I heard this, Fang Ping's eyes flashed. Good things left by the ancients. After that, it's not a big digging TWA. Zhang Peng's story continues. You have to find out for yourself. As long as you can find good things. The door of the 3 focal points can be quickly closed. It can quickly boost mental power. Even forging a gold body is possible. But the cave side will also send people. And there are 10 times as many people as we do. Li Yiming instantly raised his head when he heard this. The mouth is called fighting. Zhang Peng sighed lightly. Let humans in. On the one hand, it is to open up some ruins. On the one hand, it is also to experience these crying geniuses. Filter out the real Tianjiao. Zhang Chao raised his hand and asked. My perverted brother is over there too. So, how do we make sure we're not with them? I didn't dare go. Where the 7 rank powerhouses are. Zhang Peng explained. The Land of Kings is divided into many layers. Areas where different grades enter. There is a boundary wall between the different areas. But there are some places where the boundary walls are very thin. Someone may forcibly cross the district. It's hard to find this kind of place, though. The high-quality people don't have time to look for it. It's not worth telling you. Just in case. When you see Gao Pin, you must run. After all, there are some Lu Pin who will not leave after breaking through. Instead, they specifically look for the genius of the enemy to kill. So we have another purpose. It's about killing more cave geniuses, especially the demon lineage. Many of the city lords of the Outlands were born from these geniuses. Of course they are strong. Some of them are the pinnacle of personal disciples. Don't underestimate them. Jiang Chao is a little kind and strong. It can also be stronger than Fang Ping. Zhang Peng laughed lightly. Don't cry on your own. As long as you don't go out of the restricted area, you don't have to think about any pressure. So they have more time to teach their children and grandchildren. Fang Ping got over there. Don't be careless. Fang Ping nodded. No matter how crazy I am, I'm not so proud that I really don't take the 7 products in my eyes. In addition to what was said earlier, are there any other tasks? Zhang Peng looked at his notes. Tokens on some ancient corpses. Legend has it that it is the key that can open the ban on the land of borrowing jade everywhere. If you see, it must be brought back first. Li Hansong's eyes lit up. I'll have to look for it. Maybe there's the key to my door. Fang Ping fell into deep thought. How did the ancestor of the Yang family get in back then? And why did the Iron Head go in without relying on a token at that time? There are so many things I don't understand. At the end of the 3-day course, Fang Ping looked at Jiang Chao. The fat man is about to go. You bring so many things with you to the experience. It's troublesome. Jiang Chao smiled. It's not mine. It's a welcome gift for you. My life money. Fang Ping blinked. What do you mean? I'm not going to kill you. Jiang Chao sighed. Don't be in a hurry to refuse. Let's take a look at the goods first. Immediately afterwards, Jiang Chao took out a large bottle. It's the feces of the absolute demon beast. Sealed. Some of the absolute demon clans use dung to enclose land. No other demon clan is allowed to enter. It's a rare thing. At the critical moment, he was hunted down by the demon clan. Let's wipe it on our bodies. The demons were so frightened that they peed their pants. Fang Ping's eyes moved slightly. Fatso, although your trick is disgusting, but I like it. Jiang Chao took out another cube spar. This is a child mother sensor, the pinnacle of powerhouse. Solidify with your own spiritual power. When the hedron is close, there will be induction. In case we get separated, it can be sensed within 100 miles. Fang Ping looked at Jiang Chao. If you get caught, is it that they can also find us? Jiang Chao waved his fist. I'll give you the core controller. As long as it is closed, it will be invalid. In case something really happens, you just turn it off. Leave me alone. Then Jiang Chao took out a small round ball. This one is bullish. It seals a little bit of the origin Tao of the peerless strong, but you can't use it blindly. Many people died in the land of the king's battle. The origin of martial arts is chaotic. The entry of the strong will immediately cause a conflict on the armed road. This can be crushed at a critical moment, cause a conflict over the origin of martial arts. It's almost used to make the most of it. Fang Ping looked at Jiang Chao with some suspicion. So many babies. Did you steal it from home? Jiang nodded generously yes. If I die, the Jiang family is about to die. It's still useful to keep it. Fang Ping was speechless about this. So what the hell are you going to do? Jiang Chao leaned towards Fang Ping. Cover me when you enter the land of the king's battle. I still have a lot of big babies that my ancestors have customized for me. Save me at the critical moment. It doesn't hurt to be guaranteed. Fang Pingxin said, stuff is a good thing. As for whether it can save you, I'll do my best. The next moment, a man's voice suddenly rang out. Now that it's all here, let's go. All flying. These words have just fallen. Suddenly, the crowd floated into the air. Fang Ping hugged the things in his arms tightly. It's the breath of the pinnacle. Lao Zhang is really not kind. Sudden work. Don't say a word. Then everyone's eyes went dark. When I can see it, the crypt has been reached. Just when Fang Ping was still puzzled. Why don't you go through the passage to enter the cave? Zhang Tao suddenly shot out with everyone. Fly all the way forward. Along the way, Zhang Tao's momentum shook the world. It's extremely fast. Many middle, high, and low-crying martial artists were crushed to death on the spot. There was even a strong man with a crown on his head. Just vacated. The body that was hit by Lao Zhang suddenly collapsed. This also caused dissatisfaction among the strong in the forbidden area. King Wu, don't go too far. Zhang Tao laughed. The real king travels. The false king also dared to stand in the way. It's not a pity to die. See this scene? Fang Ping's heart was extremely happy. That's the privilege of the pinnacle. Absolutely overbearing. Sooner or later, Lao Tzu will fly like this. For people plotted against more than 100 people. Fang Ping. They are really crazy in the cave. Look at the undulating stretch ahead. Endless huge mountain ranges. Fang Ping's face was full of horror. Minister, is this Jade Sea Mountain man-made? Zhang Tao nodded. It's artificially made. The Jade Sea Mountain is nearly 100,000 miles long. The highest place is more than 100,000 meters. The low one also has 560,000 meters. In fact, it can be known through some residual traces. Yuhaitian was originally built. Maybe a whole bunch of top dancers. It took countless years to create. Fang Ping frowned slightly. 100,000 meters high. We can't get by. Zhang Tao smiled lightly. Since Yuhaitian is artificially made, of course, there will not be a gap left unattended. Each domain has a Grand Canyon. Fang Ping asked, then can we go in from this canyon to hunt the Forbidden Area Demon Clan later? Zhang Tao's expression froze. But don't go and die easily. Saw Fang Ping and Zhang Tao talking eloquently. Jiang Chao and Li Yiming glanced at each other. They really admired Fang Ping. Dared to keep chasing the top and asking. They can't even think of this kind of behavior. Fang Ping didn't care. Because Zhang Tao's image in his heart has been ruined. He's just an old man who likes to eavesdrop on people. Maybe it's still a chatterbox. That's when it happened. Zhang Tao reminded. It's time to fall. The time to come. Zhang Tao did not enter the restricted area with Fang Ping. Instead, they were entrusted to a Taoist priest dressed as an ancient. However, the Taoist priest only escorted them to the forbidden area to borrow coins. Helped them open a gap in the wall. The third leg of the journey was led by the military department. With Fang Ping, they are constantly going deeper and deeper into their surroundings. There are also more and more high-grade cave warriors. But the military department ordered them not to provoke or be provoked. The group could only hold back their anger. Finally, they arrived at the destination of their trip, the land of Wangzhan. One looked extremely young. But the young man in the cave with a majestic face suddenly spoke. Are there any descendants of Hades and martial kings in this session? Li Yiming turned his head and sneered. Your grandfather. I am the grandson of Hades. Are you calling me? Li Yiming speaks Chinese. There is no meaning to communicate in the language of the local library. But the noble young man understood. Sure enough, the high-level powerhouses in the basement understand human language. Hear Li Yiming's words. A faint smile appeared on the face of the noble young man who had asked before. The second generation of the bloodline of the immortal king. Hades is strong. It's a pity that the lineage bloodline is so weak. But you are entitled to know Ben's name. The cover won and remembered. The only one who kills you is me. As soon as these words came out, a lot of demonics, the powerhouses of the royal court laughed one after another. Since the Wind Prince has taken a fancy to him, I'll leave it to Prince Feng. Li Yiming still wants to say a few words. As a result, they saw that Fang Ping and they had already left. I could only snort angrily. Step forward. Li Yiming in the entrance passage. Swearing. This guy turned around and killed him. The prince seems to be the most descendant of the pinnacle. It is also distressing to kill a peerless temple. Jiang Chao pulled Li Yiming's arm. Save it. You treat you as Fang Ping. Half an hour later, they're going to enter the passage too. If you don't want to die, let's go. Li Yiming clenched his fists. If it weren't for the weakest human beings, they won't let us come in first either. It's so embarrassing. Jiang Chao noticed why Fang Ping and the others suddenly stopped talking. You know, they talked a lot before. Li Yiming grunted unhappily. I'm scared. They're the kind of people who fight fiercely among humans. When I got outside, I was scared like a grandson. You can see that the four of them tremble with fear. Shame. In fact, Fang Ping and the four of them were plotting. Li Hansung's saliva flowed out. Almost every one of these cave guys has a magic weapon. I counted 200. Fang Ping. Hey, smile. Even if they're all the lowest grade 7-rank divine soldiers, there is also a sum of 10 billion. If you give them all up, Wouldn't it be easy to earn trillions? Yao Qingjuan's eyes shone brightly. The total number of divine soldiers in Huagua may not be less than 150. There are more divine soldiers here than in the whole of China. Wang Jinyang was excited. Nanwood didn't have a single divine soldier. It's a great place. Really nice place. Fuck them. Come to the Lupin area of the land of the king. Fang Ping took out his shovel and began to dig a pit. General Du, you can take someone away first. The people in the back were about to come in. Du Hong's face was serious. General Fang, are you ready to ambush them here? The next to enter was the people of the Demon King's court. In total, about 120 people came this time. There are more than 30 people who are one-on-one. Even if you have an idea, you can also wait until they're separated. Fang Ping nodded. I'm forcing you to spare your life. You also have a responsibility to protect others. Get out of here. Du Hong spoke to persuade Fang Ping. Leave it to the useful. It's better than dying now. You are the most outstanding Tianjiao in Huagua. The loss is the loss of my country. Fang Ping chuckled. Thank you, General Du, for your compliments. I'm measured. Bihiro finally stopped talking nonsense. The others follow me. Jiang Chao was faced with two choices at this time. One is to follow Du Hong and them. The second is to stay and help Fang Ping. But all the money for his life has already been paid. Whether to go or to stay, it's really hard to choose. But when I think of Fang Ping, the four of them have to work with a team of more than 100 people. Jiang Chao always felt the probability that he would be hacked to death by someone here. It's a big deal. I can't live this day. Su Zissou in the crowd watched Jiang Chao go. Do you want to talk about Grandpa, white-haired people sending black-haired people? Jiang Chao looked helpless. Then he gritted his teeth. You go. Leave me alone. I'm not talking with you. He patted Fang Ping's chest. What do you need help with? I can stay for 20 minutes. For the remaining minutes, I'm going to run first. Fang Ping, if you hadn't died. I'll be back. You're going to die. Remember to turn off the primary key of the child and mother sensor, so I can know you're dead. I'll run away right away. Fang Ping just came to his lips. I was choked back. I just wanted to praise Jiang Chao for his righteousness. The result was instantly revealed. This fat man is really realistic and shrewd enough. Wang Jinyang raised his head and looked into the distance. Once the enemy enters here, there will definitely be quite a few deceptions for more than a day, so it's necessary to kill a batch here. Fang Ping thought for a moment. If there's a same monster around here, they can be lured to create chaos. Lao Yao and I used our mental power to intimidate some people. Let the monster kill a group of people. Wait to kill a batch. Let's go out and kill again. Kill the 6-rank high stage with divine weapons first. And then there's the pinnacle. In the end, those who have divine weapons are killed. Essence and blood are one. There are no divine soldiers, unless absolutely necessary. Otherwise, don't kill. Immediately afterwards, Fang Ping made arrangements. Ironhead, you dig a hole. Dig up points where the four of us can raid. Be hidden. Old demon, you're mentally strong. You go and probe around. If there is a demon beast, it will be lured. Lao Wang, you change directions and see if anyone else is coming. Don't let them break. Our good deeds. Then there is the way to find an escape. We're going to end the fight in 5 minutes. Evacuate quickly. Jiang Chao pointed at Fang Ping to himself. What about me? Fang Ping frowned. You're really useless. Never mind. You help dig the pit. Fang Ping secretly calculated in his heart. Take Lao Yao and the 3 of them to restrain their breath. 10 million wealth worth in 1 minute. As for this fat man, after 15 minutes he ran on his own. No matter. The next moment, Fang Ping stood in place and glanced at the entrance. The entrance to the land of the king's battle does not seem to be long, but it's like 2 worlds. I don't know anything about the situation on the other side. You can't see the person on the other side. I can't sense the breath from the other side. So they are the same. Followed by Fang Ping used his spiritual power to dedicate Yangqingju. Rounds of blood condensed in the air. It is also filled with a large amount of heaven and earth power. The square plane of this moment is serious. Resolute eyes. The people of the court of the demon slayer. Kill these geniuses. Kill these Tianjiao. Let their genius be broken in this generation. We are bent on dying for mankind without regret. There was a moment. Fang Ping himself moved the human warriors. Chinese dancers, 5 great warriors. What a selflessness. See this scene? Jiang Chao, who was following Li Hansong to learn to dig a pit, pouted. Lao Li, there are no outsiders here except us. Fang Ping, he pretended to be like this, and no one looked at him. Li Hansong glanced at Jiang Chao. He didn't pretend. Fang Ping was originally the leader of the martial arts of our country. He may have selfish motives, but it's more about attacking the heart. He has no shortage of divine soldiers. There is no shortage of cultivation resources. Nothing is missing, even if this time I come to the land of the king's battle, and not for himself. Otherwise, he would soon be able to step into the 7-rank realm. He's different from you. Don't look at him with your own mind. Jiang Chao glanced at Li Hansong suspiciously. Lao Li, you admire him so much. Li Hansong was a little impatient. Less nonsense. Hurry up and dig. If you don't dig it, get out. Hurry up. Jiang Chao shook his head. Mom always thinks that this group of people is a little neurotic. 15 minutes later. Lao Tzu must run far. At the same time, Yu Haishan was a phantom, piercing the void and appearing beside Zhang Tao. King Wu heard that this time the grandson of Hades was involved. It's a pity. Didn't kill your grandson 6 years ago. I can't go back this time. Seeing that Zhang Tao did not speak, the void figure chuckled. King Wu is crying here. It's boring. Why don't you have something fun? Zhang Tao's eyes were deep. If you want to play, you can bet on which side has the most people who come out alive. Do you dare? The phantom smiled faintly. Don't bet on others. Just read me as a person in the royal court. The proportion of survivors of the previous demon royal court exceeded 70%. 50% of humanity is at most. You're doomed. Zhang Tao's expression was calm. Huai Wang, what do you want to bet on? King Huai drove out to drive his horse. If I lose, I'll give you the right to attack the land of the first encounter. As long as you can't wait to make a move. Gather you together under the true king of the land of your resurrection. Enter them all. But if I win, I will get a wisp of the origin chi of the heavenly king. Zhang Tao looked at King Huai coldly. You're not dead yet. King Huai smiled faintly. It's just a wisp of origin chi. It will not let the origin of the Jintian king leak. Zhang Tao shook his head. I won't make a decision for the Li family ancestor. That's when it happened. Li Jun, the commander of the Huagua military department at the pinnacle of the 9 grades, suddenly appeared. I agreed on behalf of my ancestors. As soon as I heard this, King Huai laughed. King Ning, you speak. This king can be trusted. The gamble is set. I'm leaving. Zhang Tao frowned and looked at Li Jun. Why say yes? Li Jianyao looked into the distance. We're not going to lose. If you could take the opportunity to extinguish the cry again. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Zhang Tao was a little worried. That being said, can the children of the land of the dead return safely? There was a moment of silence. Li Jun asked, what do those people of Wuhan University think? Zhang Tao said that he did not ask about his previous life. Just look at this world. Immediately afterwards, Zhang Tao gritted his teeth. Kid kills more, but I'm counting on you. You want to be the principal of the demon warriors. I satisfy you. Dancers who are concerned are more interesting. At the same time, the 6 pins area of the land of the king. Wang Jinyang ran back out of breath. Du Hong. They went to the north. There was constant roaring on the western side. The east goes all the way. 50 miles. There is no crisis. Fang Ping nodded. Then run west. Li Hansong showed his head. Isn't there no danger in the east? Fang Ping opened his mouth to explain. Run to the west. The demon clan can also stop the pursuers. As for us, let's not say that there are many ways to escape the demon clan with the feces of the pinnacle. Then Fang Ping looked at Jiang Chao. 10 minutes to come. Hurry up. Jiang Chao wanted to speak and stopped. Fang Ping, I still think it's too dangerous. 30 selections in one. Fang Ping waved his hand. I have a number. You don't go. I'm not going to save you later. Jiang Chao paused. Then I ran west. Don't go far. It's about 80 miles away. Waiting for you. Fang Ping is really going to be fine. Remember to come to me. If a lot of people chase it, it's going to be killed. You don't have to look for me. By the way, I'll add one more thing. I really want to be hunted down by 3 or 5 gold and snow in one. You can't run away again. You can also come to me. I have a big killer weapon from my ancestors. But that's it. You're going to have to protect me forever. The square plane showed a look of surprise. I suspect that you are the son of your ancestor. Jiang Chao smiled. My ancestor was a fat man, but the descendants are all handsome guys. I'm like him. That's why ancestor likes me. Fang Ping waved his hand. Okay, let's go. Jiang Chao really ran away this time. But leave a word before leaving. Remember, there are more people. Don't come to me, no matter how big the big killer is. It also depends on the person who uses it. I'm not strong. I can't do a few people. Wait for Jiang Chao to leave. Fang Ping took out a spar in his arms. 4 red dots are shown on the headrants. It's a bit of a useful thing. This fat man is a shrewd man. Know what to do and what not to do. Jiang Chao ran cautiously, while muttering to himself. Ancestor was right. In turbulent times, big names have risen. But following the big guys may not be able to survive to the end. Gotta mess with them, but not too close. Good relationship. Defust. Poor relationship. Offended people. Death is fast. It's just been sold out for a while. It's an investment. Come to think of this. Jiang Chao smiled. It's better to invest. No need to fight in person. Turning around, Lao Tzu moved the Jiang family's treasury over. Give it to them as an investment. I don't know if I'll be able to make a fortune in the future. If only they were all out of power. I'm going to make a lot of money directly. The other side. Wang Jinyang jumped into the pit. Lao Yao led a team of more than 50 demon beasts. I'm rushing this way. It will be there in 3 minutes. However, the 7th grade ones just nodded flatly, which was enough. The enemy will not be able to make a fortune after 5 minutes. It's up to this wave. Just when Fang Ping and the others were hiding. The strong man of the cave at the entrance shouted to enter the land of the king's battle. Be the first to kill the resurrected warrior. Leave some to escort them to explore the resurrection warrior ruins. You're all me. Shenlu Tianjiao. Together, we should all work together. Resurrection warriors are not to be worried. 30 people only. Through the snow and in one. The strength of the 6 people is only 1/5 of the Demon King's court. The Golden Armor Powerhouse smiled. The Wind Prince brought back their heads. The wind is extinguished. The tone is firm. Necessity the game begins. However, just as the cave powerhouse walked out of the entrance barrier, a large group of monsters are rushing wildly. There is gold and blood in one. The strong man killed 4 or 5 demon beasts in an instant. There was a lot of talking. How can there be a demon beast at the entrance? It's not that the energy at the entrance isn't chaotic enough. Don't the monsters here like to come here? Leave it alone. The Wind Prince seems to have a commander-level demon beast. The cover speaks calmly. A confused mind. It can only rely on the physical commander. Not much stronger. Everyone meets the enemy. Kill these monsters. Go find the possessed dancer right away. Wait until all 128 people from the Demon King's court come in. Behind the cover students and the others, 5 rounds of blood suddenly appeared out of thin air. Immediately afterwards, Fang Ping spit out a burst word from his mouth. The 5 rounds of blood shattered in an instant. The trap succeeded. Next, Fang Ping pretended to be Jiang Chao. Kill the 6th-pin jade and 7th-pin jade that pierced the land of the king's battle. Attract demon duties and demon lives to join forces to snipe. Jiang Chao's name spread throughout the cave. Victory in a battle is not just about the number of participants on both sides. Surprise tactics can often do more with less. Just now, Fang Ping blew himself up with the condensed 5 rounds of blood sun. The explosion killed more than a dozen basement Lupin. There are also more than 30 people whose mental strength has been severely damaged. Cover students don't even know where the enemy is this time. He had no choice but to retreat first. However, Fang Ping and the others did not give the cover student a chance to leave. A group of 4 people clicked and killed in the crowd in the basement. Kung Fu in the blink of an eye. 7 or 8 crypts. The head of the strong man has fallen to the ground and is crying. Everyone also reacted at this time. They began to surround Wang Jinyang and the 3. And the sound of the wind was directly aimed at Fang Ping. Just listen to the sound of dang 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 keep coming. Fang Ping's posture of the 4 seemed to be about to explode. The cover hurriedly organized people to form a defensive formation. Who knew that Fang Ping and others took the opportunity to slip away? This can make the cover angry. He had never encountered such an insult since he was a child. So he immediately led everyone to chase after him. Just when the cover student was chasing and killing Fang Ping's 4 people, Lupin Huai Muqing of the Dead Dynasty also entered the land of the King's War. As soon as I entered the cover of the student, 34 people died here. It was suggested that someone should be sent back to report first. Huai Muqing directly rejected this suggestion. So many people were killed by the resurrected brothers. How can you still have the face to say it? Huai Muqing gritted his teeth and gave an order. Kill all the warriors of the major dynasties and sects. As long as they die more, we're not going to be ashamed. And you must kill the warriors of those resurrected places. Otherwise, my ancestor will be in trouble. You all have to die. At the same time, there were 16 spirits and blood in the team of the cover students. Fang Ping wanted Li Hansong and Wang Jinyang to stop the cover students. Wang Jinyang gave a specific time. You can wait for a minute to get this answer. Fang Ping decided to hold his mental power with Yao Qingjun again, thus taking the opportunity to kill a few people. With Fang Ping's leopardy parted and ran behind the cover sound. The crowd immediately formed an encirclement. As a result, they just dispersed to form a circle. Wang Jinyang and Li Hansong suddenly burst out. The wind killed the past. Brilliant medicinal light erupted from above the wind, extinguishing halberd. One person has 2 people to himself. There was a rumbling explosion of energy in the void. Li Hansong's fists were like shadows. Blast the void. The golden light is like a bright sun. Wang Jinyang incarnated as the blood-colored god of war. Slashed through the air with a knife. There are many visions, but in the end, the strength of the cover student is stronger. Wang Jinyang and the others could only drag him to the periphery. On the other side, Fang Ping swept the ground with a knife. The Wailing Wall. Yao Qingjun actually pierced the head of a blood in essence with a single shot. This made Fang Ping a little surprised. Yao Qingjun is also a little strange. His gun seemed to be even more powerful. Followed by, Yao Qingjun was in charge of killing a few more strong men and fishing for their weapons. And Fang Ping condensed Yang Cheng. He will destroy the weaker enemies together. With a constant rumbling sound in the air, the values of the cover student are shattered. This guy's immortality exploded. Over and over. Why will it be restored again and again? Could it be that all resurrection warriors are like this? The next second, the cover voice rejects the idea. If that's the case, the royal court has long been defeated. How can they press each other to fight? Seeing that Fang Ping had already killed 4 essence blood in one, the cover student angrily aimed the halberd at Wang Jinyang and Li Hansong. I have to kill these two sacrifices first. But Fang Ping didn't give the cover a chance. He hugged the long halberd on the cover. I want to grab it hard. The cover student is also ready to die. It's already a little untenable. Li Hansong reminded. Don't rob it, brother. Otherwise, you won't be able to run away. Fang Ping cursed. Then the mental power was detonated. The cover students were about to cry. It's the immortal god who blew himself up again. A moment later, just when the cover reprimanded his subordinates for not giving their best, Huai Muqing led people to catch up. Half hour. 128 people came in. Only 86 people remained. There were also more than a dozen serious injuries. You can't act impulsively anymore. The cover sounded. I want to leave a few people behind. Quickly break through to level 7. We leave a mark along the way. You break through and catch up. Fang Ping. At the moment, it is not far from the cover berth. Wait for the cover student to leave. He immediately returned to his hiding place. Wang Jinyang was healing Li Hansong's injuries at this time. Fang Ping grabbed his hair. We'll hide in this pit for a while. Wait until the internal injuries are healed before going to get them. Just when the four were healing, where they were, there was a sudden change of scene. Previously underground in the mountains and forests. Now it's sitting on a hill. Fang Ping took out the child and mother sensor. I looked at it. He found that the distance between the fat man and them had not changed. This should be the evil gate of the land of Wangzhan that Zhang Peng said. Fang Ping, who had recovered about the same, proposed to do another vote. Wang Jinyang follows the characteristics of Fang Ping's fast speed. Let him act alone, and the remaining three look for an opportunity to ambush the weaker who has fallen behind. Fang Ping didn't expect that he was really going to be an assassin this time. His goal is to unite his blood and spirit. Others depend on the situation. Before the action parted, Fang Pingyu gave the inner armor to Li Hansong. At the same time, it was divided. A newly seized item that can resist mental attacks. Li Hansong not only did not ask for Fang Ping's inner armor, it was also proposed to give the props of spiritual power to Wang Jinyang. He has a strong skull of his own. It doesn't need that. Fang Ping stopped talking nonsense. Anyway, be careful. I'll use that crystal to keep an eye on your bearings. Wang Jinyang admonished. You are also careful. Meanwhile, the cover student also discovered the transformation of the terrain. This caused some of the remaining traces to disappear. It was even more difficult for them to hunt down and kill Fang Ping's four people. Huaimu sighed softly. Now the rest of the royal court has come in. Now that they ran, were still the cover sound, directly interrupted Huai Muqing's words. Be sure to kill them. As soon as I heard this, Huai Muqing shook his head slightly. I know you've always been proud. I've never been so down. But such a big place. Those people really wanted to hide. Unless you're unlucky. To the extreme. Otherwise we simply wouldn't find them. As everyone knows, the person they thought they couldn't touch has already come behind them. Fang Ping, who uses the system to hide his breath, killed several cave warriors with a single sword. Seeing this, Crack Sheng got up and chased after Huai Muqing. Stop it. Don't chase. Now it cannot be separated. But when he saw Fang Ping laughing and provocative, the cover student can't control himself at all. I don't care. I must kill this Li Hansong first. It went very well. Wang Jinyang took out the sensor. Find the square level's location. They gathered up their soldiers and went to rendezvous. Fang Ping. At this time, he has gotten rid of the pursuit of the cover student. He hid in a hole, panting for air. This time it's a big loss. Lao Tzu's 9-rank inner armor was all smashed by them. Took advantage of the 3 or 2 days when the essence and blood were united and had not broken through the 7th grade. Fang Ping decided to completely consume these guys. After all, there is a system that no one can consume themselves. Just when Fang Ping was thinking about things, 2 hands suddenly reached out from the shadows behind them. Fang Ping glared angrily. Fatso, don't cover it. I know it's you. Jiang Chao breathed a sigh of relief. I'm afraid you'll scream suddenly. It's fine if you're okay. It's okay. This place is a lair of monsters. Jiang Chao scared them off with the feces of the peerless demon beast. It's still very safe here. I have to say that this fat man has a set of life-saving. The next moment, Wang Jinyang and the three of them found this place through crystals. Jiang Chao asked about their harvest. When I heard that there were actually 32 divine weapons, Jiang Chao was directly shocked. Fang Ping took the opportunity to explain his purpose. He came to Jiang Chao to ask for a big killing weapon. I want to destroy them with this negative wind. Jiang Chao didn't believe Fang Ping's words at first, but when he saw the spoils of the divine weapons that Fang Ping took out, he had to believe it. 128 Emperor's Cry 6 bottles. There are only 40 left. Even the essence and blood are 1, and there are only 5 of them. Fang Ping asked Jiang Chao to use the big killing weapon to deal with the 3 selections in 1, and he himself is responsible for 2. Jiang Chao was still a little hesitant in his heart. But when I hear that I won't be covered if I don't do it, he gritted his teeth and confessed. As long as Fang Ping is willing to cover himself, it's easy to say anything. On a lawn in the middle of the wasteland, the wind extinguished the life, and his eyes were full of exhaustion. That madman has been hunting us for a day. The guy blew himself up more than a dozen times in one day. Immortal? How can there be such a thing? He must die. It's a threat to the royal court. Speaking of which, the cover student looked at Huai Muqing. Huai Muqing, if you have any killer moves, just show them. Otherwise, I'll die, even if you get out alive. Lord Huai won't protect you. Huai Muqing nodded in agreement. As long as he shows up again, I'll do it. But if you don't kill him, you'll have to make a killer move too. Feng Fierce shook his head slightly. I can't. I have a grudge against the mandate of heaven. Deterrence must be preserved, and I'm here on a mission. As long as you enter the god demotion as soon as possible, is qualified to be the lord of the royal court. But now, so many people have died, failed so many times. There must be a shame. Just when the cover was saying cruel words, it was wrong for Huai Muqing to stand up suddenly. It's his move. It turned out that Fang Ping's giant sword object had been shrouded at some point. Wind Lisheng and Huai Muqing. Feng Lisheng was directly pressed to the ground by 3 figures. Huai Muqing swung his sword to find an exit. Immediately after that, the destroyed house was quickly restored. Fang Ping stood with Huai's mother. The two of them exposed each other's shortcomings. All of them have risen to the level of insulting the ancestors. For example, King Huai was trained like a dog by the King of War. The cover student forcibly broke through the shackles of the 3 figures. Huai Muqing took the opportunity to use a special move. He drips his blood on the divine soldiers. Blood on the sword. Give you a chance before you die. Leave your name. Fang Ping bared his teeth and smiled. I am the descendant of Jiang Chaozhan. If you have a kind, you will kill my ancestor. Fang Pingxin said that everyone is Chinese. Use the name of the fat ancestor to scare them. Don't overdo it. However, after hearing Jiang Chao's name, Cover Sheng and Huai Muqing were furious. You are Jiang Hao's brother. That only brother. Then you deserve to die more. The good queen and the descendants deserve to die. As soon as I heard this, Fang Ping chuckled in his heart. This identity seems to be counterproductive.